But back to my story. Um, I just, for me, it's incredibly hurtful that um, all of this transpired and it changed the direction of my life. And like I say, it feels like a death in a way because I have worked so hard. And I hope that that comes through to people when you see all these different work locations and what it takes, the commitment it is to get up at 5 in the morning, work to 2 o'clock in the morning, get home, work. I lived like half an hour to 40 minutes away, depending on the traffic, past downtown at the time. And so I had a long drive to and from. And I was committed to it because I liked my financial independence. I loved having my own place. I loved, um, everything about it. I was working hard. I was achieving things. I wasn't quite where I wanted to be in the company because seniority-wise, there were people there who had been there 30, 40 years who had more seniority than me. So like tech lighting jobs and stage lighting jobs and things like that paid $17, $18 an hour. Um, and that's just regular pay, like hourly pay. And so that would have bumped me up tremendously. And can you imagine overtime on top of that? Yeah, it would have been a very comfortable lifestyle for me, but I couldn't get in because of seniority. So when my seniority was snatched away from me just for being a princess, not a mermaid, but a princess, you can imagine, you know, how such a slap in the face that was, especially when she was giving the shifts to people who hadn't been there that long. Um, so just a little bit of, something to marinate on. This is the conversation that we're having, and I literally just want people to know what it's like to work really hard and then have someone discriminate against you based on your sexual orientation or your personal life. For me, it was like a matter of life and death because I was suicidal. I was feeling like I couldn't breathe anymore as in the shell that I was in as a mermaid. I wanted to be a princess. So I did what I had to do and I signed the papers and I left. There was nothing else. I was going to lose everything anyway. She had taken my ability to make money away. And walking away, it just killed me inside. I mean, I can't even tell you, leaving my friends, all the tears and all of the letters and all the well wishes and stuff that were coming from people I barely knew. And I have the letters. I have a hard time looking at that stuff. But I think what I'll do is I'll force myself to crack that book open and let you guys hear some of the stuff that people said to me before I left. They wrote it and left their phone numbers, emails, and all kinds of stuff. I've not been able to look at it, and it's been over 20 something years, but I still have the book. It's just like a little locket book, an autograph book that I kept, and I cherish it. I just can't look at it. I'm going to try because I think that'll give you a little bit more context. And the reason I'm doing it is because I know there are other people out there going through similar things in their life. You're facing suicide, you're facing some sort of hardship, you've had a parent that has just died, you've had something in your life that's impactful in you, and there's nobody there, there's nobody to listen, there's nobody that you can go to, and you feel alone, and you feel like you're just, on a ship out in the middle of nowhere, and there's nobody to talk to. And I am here to tell you I'm here 100%. I listen, I understand, I get it. I've been there, done that. It hasn't been the perfect life, it's just been a life. It got better after I got honest with myself and did what I had to do to survive. And I'm saying the same thing to you. Don't allow someone to come into your life and steal your happiness and steal your joy. You do what you have to do to save your own life. Don't worry about all the gossip and the talk or whatever. Those people aren't paying your bills and they don't really give a damn about you anyway, because if they did, they would be right there to help. They'd be like picking you up off the damn ground, dusting you off, and trying to make sure that you get the help that you need in whatever capacity that might be. Whatever that capacity might be, they'll be helping you, supporting you. And when people don't support you is when, you run into um, those lows. And those lows are what sinks you into that place to make you want to take pills and make you want to cut your wrists and make you want to do whatever it is to get yourself off the planet because you can't deal. And um, my time at Disney, oh my God, it was so much fun. It was a lot of hard work, but it was so much fun. And I don't want to let go of it, so that's why I, use the mermaid as my mantra. And I'll continue to do it to the day I leave the planet. I'm going to keep talking about this because I feel like it's important. Um, I don't have anything negative to say about the company because it is a very all-inclusive company. Do your research, and the company it loves everybody, and you meet all facets of people from all over the world, and it makes you a little bit more closer at home no matter where you go on the planet. I know if you've seen my picture that me and Kitty Somin came up with, the theme behind the Little Mermaid is the face of kind of like an anime face, my face animated, two-tone hair, and then there's like a little planet that rolls on one side of the eye. The planet is basically saying, I want the entire planet to know my story. It may not be important to people here, but maybe somewhere on the planet in one of those six continents, I don't know what language I have to study and tell it. I'll do it. I'm keep on going because I feel like it is important to know not to do that to somebody. Don't destroy somebody's life because you don't agree with them. Something about them that you don't like, or you feel jealous inside. Something about them makes you feel envious. And I really believe that about my friend who participated, telling my boss, and her willing to go down to that parade route every day and harass me. And so, as much as I have to walk around every day and carry and think about these things, I want to share it with other people. So I don't know what you're going through in your life, where on the planet you are, but you're not alone because we all have issues in our life and problems. And I'm no different from anybody else. But I was suffering for a long time. I mean, I came to this planet the way I am, and so it has not been an easy walk. It's been very difficult from day one. And I don't really go into all of that stuff because I have to block a lot of it out. So, you know, when you have those kind of issues, growing up rough, not being loved, not really feeling loved, and knowing that you're different and stuff like that, and not getting the help and support that you need, no befaulting anyone. It's just it is what it is. Where you grew up is where you grew up, and the way people treat you there is the way people treated you there. And everybody's situations are different. But when I got to Disney, I can tell you for the first time in my life, I never felt so at home and so much people looking at me and coming to me and happy to see me and hugging me and want to spend time with me and go out with me and do things with me for the first time. And I was already in my mid-20s. And it was a shock because I was like, wow, I went from being invisible to people actually can see me. Like I feel like a person again. But the struggle continued because I didn't feel comfortable in my own body as a mermaid. And so I knew I wanted to be a princess. Deep down, I was suppressing it until it got to the point where I just didn't want to live anymore. And then, just I always say God steps in because I met someone. She kind of explained things to me. Hey, this is what's going on with you. Like, this is why you feel the way you feel. And I thought about it, and I kind of walked through my life with myself, not with her. Um, it totally made sense to me, and that was for the first time I felt like God. I never knew what that meant. I never knew what princess meant. I never met anybody like that. And it gave me a new avenue because I knew I wasn't, I didn't feel like a gay person. I didn't feel like a gay man. I didn't feel any of those things. I didn't feel a connection with my gender, what was between my legs. I didn't want anybody to touch me. I didn't want to touch it. So I'm just telling you, I'm just on it for me, myself, speaking from my own voice. You don't know what that's like growing up and feeling that way and feeling awkward and feeling hated and feeling like you don't like yourself and hating yourself for, whatever reason. But I was grateful to meet that girl. She was a Hispanic woman from Mexico. And we were very good friends, and I love her to the day she dies because she saved my life. Along with all those other people who were just kind of picking me up and taking me places and doing things with me when they didn't even realize I was falling apart. I was slowly coming loose at the seams, and they couldn't even see it. All they seen was they liked who I was. They liked my personality and all that kind of stuff, and they liked, my, my artistic side. I had a theater degree, so I was very animated and just just, did my own thing. I didn't follow a crowd. I just led my own will, like I had been doing it anyway. So why would I change when I got there? And I think that's what made me stand out even more, because even the tourists, they would see me working, at the front desk in the morning at Wilderness Lodge, and then by the evening time, I'm working around the corner in the canteen. And they'd be like, "Didn't I just see you at the front desk?" And then they'd see me, working in the canteen in the evening time, and I would crack up and laugh because it was funny to me, because I was like, they don't realize like we're cross trained, we can work in more than one location. They just weren't used to seeing that meant much commitment, from a Disney employee. They hadn't realized until they see me, and then just would shock people. Sometimes I'd be on a popcorn cart somewhere, and I'd been working somewhere else that day, and people would see me like, and they're like, "Damn, what are you doing over at this park?" And that stuff happened a lot, and so it just gives you a warm feeling inside to know that tourists see you, people see you, we see each other. And at Disney, I felt seen. But the little town, the far out town that I came from, I don't think I was really seen there. I was more chastised and more like I didn't fit in there. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna stop there and let you guys marinate on this little combo, and I'll come back maybe later with another tidbit of my time at Disney. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Like, share, subscribe. I'm getting close to 4 million subscribers. I really need support. If you want to make a donation, always go to my Cash App, P.S. Ariel. I'm struggling here. I'm doing the best I can until, I get myself back on my feet and all that. It is what it is financially, but I do have a roof over my head. I don't have my car anymore, so I got to get another car. And so life rolls right along. Thank God I have people in my life to help me a little bit. So, you know, like I say, subscribe, support, pass it along. Maybe this will help somebody that might be going through something in their life. Maybe they need to hear a Disney story, a true fairy tale. And so for me, it is a story of, love and all of that good stuff that, it's unfortunate I got ran off, but it's still positive for me, and I want to share it with you. So I hope you will continue to listen, continue to ride my performance art in my crazy karaoke songs and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.